好，上一次我们问完了楼上这个女生，她告诉我们，她跟那个图提师两个人的对话，让我们发现了一些新的事实，就是工会并不是凶手，即便工会很想要把这件事情发展成一种跟野松公司的战争状态，但是我们也不太愿意这样发生吧。既然我们都必须要彻查这个案子，这也是很头痛。我们先去调查那尊，不对，我们要去拿警枪。我的警枪，我的警枪，猪猪女侠。看见木板道，在城镇的另一侧，渔村那边。哇哦，这个真的是。
Put your hands where I can see them.
我这是什么东西
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now. Show me your hands. Right now.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
它是怎么回事啊
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress!
Her eyes bulge with terror. Veins protrude on her forehead.
I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous. Suspect is on the loose. Suspect at large. Officer,
What?
administer street justice at our own peril. That one extra lick with a baton or extra knee strike above was what was actually required. Suspect is under control.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing. You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
Okay.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect alert! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot! Big red key! Big red key!
Big red key. That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
Okay.
It's the goddamn police shitbag! Hug the pavement! You're under arrest!
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Confiscated contraband! Restricted access! 2 kilos missing! Eyewitness report compromised!
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed! No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth! Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
我们给他看证件好像也会有问题啊。问题就是这个，他如果把证件拿走怎么办？那我们可以给他看我们的肩章就好了。
License and registration! License and registration! Come in dispatch! Sector! Sector! Azimuth!
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
我们需要稍等一下这个。
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
好吧，我们走不了，太惨了。
All right, here's the plan. You hurl the ledger in her face, already darting right, and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist.
Okay.
No, that won't be necessary. Look closer. The gun, all 3 barrels, red and blue light shining through. It's not loaded.
Huh? My God, I think you're right.
What? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. What is this? Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
No one never cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
This limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is grinding to a halt. Tired of walking the desert, it doesn't want to feel or think anymore.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8 and loneliness. Could be. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we gonna do with her?
这种状况一般来说也都很难处理啊。对警察来说，大概就是拘留吧。
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
呀，如果图提斯想要出马的话，确实，其实而且就完美处理这个问题来说 ，RCA 可能并不会比 RCM 可能并不会比图提斯他们处理来的顺。
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, cause it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Reflex to what? Being left alone? She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more?
Search once more. 我们可以搜查他。
The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do.
那应该也是我们的帽子吧
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
The lieutenant nods.
可怜的女人。那我们就回收我们的帽子吧。虽然说没有证据显示啊，但 I believe that's my cat. I believe that. 快，我们回去找图提斯。啊，图提斯，快去回收这个猪人。哇，你们还在看我的车？哦，图提斯还在。
It's you again. What is it? What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it? God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everott's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig? You're fucking with me. Your gun. She had your fucking gun?
Sure did, boss. Heard him loud and clear. The pigs lost his gun to the pigs.
Well, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions.
见面我的士气啊！天哪！
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Anything else you wanted to know? Was? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then.
这样啊，如果他们是小孩，图迪斯起码还40-50岁啊。假设他是16岁生小孩，因为尤其这种地方可能没有那么多选择。假设16，然后再加上45岁的话，这样就，哇哦，60几、70几，我猜他应该70几。
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? No, I didn't. Because I'm not fucking stupid, Polizonte.
Yeah, Carl. That's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. The pigs level weird. But whatever gets you through the day. Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
好，我们跟他讲，我们需要跟路比谈谈了。
Why? Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
我们再把思维逻辑提高一点点，这样比较容易处理这个问题。博学多闻，逻辑思维。帽子也可以加，很好。我们这样到几了？逻辑思维到9，应该是可以过了。
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah， 97%。
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop. And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. 72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How'd she get there? Climb?
骗他，但其实经过数学验证，应该会证明我说是对的，只是很难讲。
Nah, the only way up there is through Clausia's room. We've only been drinking here for what? 6 years? How much do we know?
Been thinking of getting wilding in racks. That is on my ass, boss.
There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place.
No, but that doesn't prove anything.
It's just 2 dolls. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us.
What if those 2 doors are connected, Eugene? Is that your name, Eugene? If they are connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, then come down. All in 5 minutes. How about that?
Yes, she could have. This is one long shot. Firmly, try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't found. And even then, a route doesn't put that bullet in the Burke's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But
That looks antique. A Bell McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
All right, Cole. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Yeah， 我们可以继续往下，至少不会被揍死。
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3, motive. The last component.
Yeah. Like what? A thing? You mean?
Behind his squinting eyes, dominoes are falling. Fast. It's all beginning to make sense to him now.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
She's not a ghost. She's gay. You'd have to be an idiot not to... Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
这也是为什么他可以跟这些 Hardy Boy 混的事情，因为他觉得他就是一个 probably 他是一个 它是一个T， yeah， 我觉得它是一个 T。
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Sort of, but he doesn't have to know that.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
对，我忘了有这个字，中文叫酷儿，酷儿。
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Eugene wants a woman on the team so they can do their job. That must be hard. Half of Martinez is female.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
吃大便，怎么可能？不要说谎了。
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're on thin ice here, asshole.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone. I don't drag my man into shit with me.
If she used us, then that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
But she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. I told you. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
为什么逃跑？
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
I can't. 哇，我这么出名啊！
And then when they're all empty, just move on, onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught heat. But she was too scared.
哇哦，这么厉害吗？
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
那有可能。
Sure, there are some shithouses there. A cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man. The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something. It'll have to.
你看，跟他握握手吧，他终于。
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. You know, I don't usually do this. I just measure things, but...
No, we're good.
Why not? You could turn the thing into an actual police force. Afraid you would actually have to follow the law?
Rich boy law is a sham. It only works for the Wild Pines, lady. So keep your lab and watch your ass out there. The coast is a dangerous place for lawmen, especially Mr. Can Opener here.
Can Opener. 这倒是难得一见啊。可是问题就是这一栋到底有没有办法上去？
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
诶，他怎么在这？
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you here? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me? Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, gendarme, what is this committee about?
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility. as though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. Not a clue. I'm not his agenda keeper, you see. I guess you will. You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
他是蛮有趣的，超酷的。
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skills. Nothing else here.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
.海边观光了，要再去找找看。秘密通道。序号都还没有。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
我们一直都没有拿到那序号的问题。
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes, I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
哦，终于拿到了。
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
说吧 ，I'm born ready, baby.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Elis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09.
Elis Kortenaer.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
Oh, 所以它是一个弃婴哦。然后在寄养家庭上生活。
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminole conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A name. This is very good. Elis Kortenaer.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? Just a second, officer.
我们应该可以从塞尔维这边知道更多讯息。
Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes, hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No, not me. Yeah, go on.
You hear the call break.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
等一下，我可不可以顺便问一下？好像没有。警察的问题我也问完了。然后我们去 check 一下尸体，虽然说我们讲的很开心啊，但尸体上要是根本就没有找到这个伤，那也不行吧。
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly. Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
玩弄他，感觉好急，什么鬼东西啊？Why?
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem. Yes, that's what this part is called.
Yeah, 射过脑干，死定了。
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with. The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly, cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. This must be the bullet.
Nice.
You pick the sharp metal bullet between your index and middle finger. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Good, good.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
但说实在，这应该不是正常尸检的方法啊。
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth.
他一路打破后脑勺，然后穿过脑干，然后打进口腔里面，但口腔的穿孔的部分没有很大，就孔比较小，这样。应该是火力相对比较低的一种东西。一个就是大火力远距离，然后再来一个就是小火力近距离吧。
High velocity, temporary cavity in brain tissue, small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. Treatment. It's obvious the Hardy boys tampered with it. I had my doubts. There were no signs of a struggle on his hands, no claw marks on his neck. But still.
His brow furrows while his eyes glaze over. The lieutenant looks regretful for not figuring this out before.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective. All right. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take the legs.
Yep. Goodbye, Jean.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Yeah, 我要洗澡。
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
You know, there might be other places to sleep on this coast. You'll find one eventually. This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. The water doesn't feel particularly clean. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. You pause to think before letting your head go under. Hold it right there. Keep your head above water, or you'll lose all those pheromones Morel sprayed on you.
Okay.
The lukewarm water is comforting, like amniotic fluid. The cans continue to bob, as do your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the sides of the tub. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin.
金子，我这一间我好像不太能进去。
The lieutenant's door, no response. Is he not worried that you haven't found the murder weapon yet? Doesn't he want to go for a little drive?
啊，对哦，他根本不在啊，白痴，我在干嘛？
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it. The room behind your closed eyelids is familiar now, the only home you've ever known. Its darkness gathers. The last thing you hear is the wind blowing in through the broken window. Then something comes, a kind of sleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes. Tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
闭嘴.
Hear that? Iceman wants to sleep. He doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Black water. Under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
we're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream.
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
哦，他在讲的是，这些都是一种外力，都是一种我自体产生的思绪。然后我当初用毒，就是为了要克服那个女生。
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay. Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Interesting. OK， 只好继续前进了。耶，我们的搭档回来了。
Yes?
Yes? What is it?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform. Exactamundo. Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
Yeah， 还是没办法。好吧，不管他。村民，海岸边。那本来不是在这边吗？
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
哦，这有2个部件。
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same. The prick is gone. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone.
他过世了。
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent. His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
他的尸体已经整个冻僵了。哎，不对啊，你尸僵之后还是可以换吧？但是
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol.
I'm glad to assist you if I can, officer. I repeat, an absolute can't. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Strange how old cunt sounds almost gentle when he says it now.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
那里讲说大家都会死，就太夸张了。连正常人都不会这样讲，顶多什么都不讲吧。太离谱。
It is what it is, part of life really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything really. But you must need something. Yes? Yes. We all got to go sometime, officer. Everyone I love is already there. Probably waiting for me. I'm not afraid to die. It's been a good run, and I really miss my friends.
We are both very sorry for your loss. Death of a friend is a terrible thing.
It is what it is. Part of life. I just don't know anymore. About anything really. But you must need something.
Sure. 为什么走这么慢？我们可以晚一点再回来，晚一点回来多找侧鲁先生讲讲话。我们好像很久没有跟他讲话，应该是不需要了啦，但是不知道他有什么新的东西没有。
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. René left his uniform neatly folded on the table. Take it. It's just there. Who cares? It's not like anyone's gonna need it.
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though. Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
那我们也顺便找一下艾弗拉特好了。
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon. Congratulations, my friend. I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with? My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up? I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again, Harry. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you? Mega-rich light-bending guy? Oh my god! How did that get in there? Damn it to hell, Harry! I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega-rich light-bending guys.
There was a guy in the container, but he didn't bend any light. That was in the detective's head.
Honestly, guys, we might be moving a spot of drugs through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect. Harry, it's beginning to dawn on me that you're a real fascist. A mega-fascist who imagines mega-rich light-bending fascists. I love it. Thank you for sharing this facet of yourself with me. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
不知道那一句我下手了是怎么回事？那可能不是我们现在应该管的。不过他不相信我们这里有一个有钱人，那我们就跟快乐有钱人说案子失败了吧？应该可以吧
The door seems to be locked. The door seems to be locked conclusively.
哦，他应该不会再见我们。
The unpromising
Ray's pupil returns.
There is nothing funky about. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
好，不过拿衣服还是有一点跟他怪怪的。我们去问问看，他需不需要雷内的衣服？
Oh, sorry, officer.
还是我们把它穿起来？
Wow, this jacket makes you feel strong, as if your blood is mixing with that of the venerable Philippian loyalists of old. Yes, let's hope no one saw you wearing that outrageously fascist jacket.
Hmm? 好吧。看来是没有，好吧。我们调查一下身上剩下来的一些新的物品，可能是会有一些新线索吧。
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
What? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me. If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard. It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far? A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
半个世纪，
Even the RCM uses ordinary injected conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
OK， 所以子弹跟发射的枪支应该都是古董。
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber. No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers, you're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking? Bullet? Okay. And? An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really. I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
哦，这跟火力有关。
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation. Let's find out. Next step, finding the gun itself.
OK， 这个一直都还没有找到。好，这样我们就检查完了，先去拿我们的骰子吧。我们要先配手电筒才行。
It's you again. Are you looking for a die? Excellent. That will be 10 real for one set of magnetic dice. This was an especially fun set to make.
Dazzling. It's like you have a pair of tiny disco balls in your hand.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded just now, so I can only produce one die per customer.
好吧，好吧。赛之夜。话说这丝状记忆体，我们应该也是可以打开的。我们上次偷听到它有2个不一样的，但都是要塞事故，所以应该是共享同样的密码吧。
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Yeah.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface. It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule. In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays.
多少个10、100、15万Real。如果用一个晚上20块，我们来计算一下。来计算一下，15万的话，所以如果用标准的房价20，然后这是烂旅馆8，我们算它一个晚上800块，好不好？20块1括800的话，800除上20，等于1比40，1比40的钱，那就是40乘上15万， 个十百千万，600万，600万也不是很多，以一款现在的商业游戏来说，应该没有那么离谱吧 ？Yeah, I don't know.
Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 real, with only half of the game finished.
最后烧了多少？那是第一批种子资金的钱。我看一下哦。那这样子他用了多少钱？最后总共40万，乘上40，1600万。不好说，我们只能说不好说。现在如果真的大型的3A 游戏，可能可以花到非常多钱，然后小型的网络游戏也是可以花到几百万、几千万。这是一个有趣的事情。但因为我觉得它资金如果按照现在游戏的规模来说不够大，可是如果按照那个时代来讲，这笔钱可能很多，这不确定，这要算币值。
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor. Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Corolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists? It didn't. No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good. The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy. It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't. No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads. At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor. The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
Okay.
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined. Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Wow! 这么
The
多种排
lieutenant
列组
taps
合
his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest.
电脑快烧掉了。
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop? And, well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss. On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
Huh?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss. Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached. S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. That's not what her colleagues thought. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge. The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later. 4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez. All of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye.
Oh, 所以最后公司破产了，然后投资人把资金抽走了，但是他这间公司还不算完全倒闭，就是说他就是硬撑嘛，自己一个人，然后他在跟整个外部系统还有内部系统档案的存取的这间公司，持续的回复。那得到的答案就是说，他们在播送这个城市的时候，它的物理坐标出错，然后导致它把它传送到另外一个地方。那播到另外一个地方的时候，是真的存在的地方。所以他拨过去了之后，然后就所有东西都不见了。
Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
诶？哦，我知道了。 我们之前去到教堂的时候，那个 Cradman 有说过，在教堂的上方，他们那个教堂当初盖起来的原因，就是因为那个地方独特的，我甚至不知道该怎么形容它，它是算奇异点。然后那一阵屋顶上有一个声音都不太容易穿过，完全无法穿过的一种空间。然后那 Cradman 就说那个是沉默之母嘛。所以在那个点上，如果那个是某种像灰域，因为之前有讲到灰域这个事情在这个游戏里面代表是一种存在与不存在之间的一种状态，所以他如果把资料打到那个点上面，那他的资料就消失了，就永远的进入了一种像黑洞里面。难怪他们没办法交出合理的解释。
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay. 不过他要把它放在冰箱
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
看来还是不行，我们还是要找到另外一个铁锹，另外一个靠板。那我们应该回到那个教堂里面看一下。之后回来把那个外部备份找出来，然后我们先去教堂里面看看 Cradman 可能会不会有话要说。不知道那算不算是一种空间扭曲哦，或者是类似虫洞之类的。好像有点跑不动，你知道吗？嘿嘿，嘿 ，Kitty Kitty， 也就是大人不知道在冲啥。I'm not afraid. Not here. Yeah, 在这里。先把工具换回来。对，就在这个点，好像是。嘿 ，Cradman， 你在哪里？他之前待在这一个位置上，可是就屋顶的这个位置，怎么不见了？然后我也找不到这个人。
The The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
没关系，那我们就看这个时装记忆体。它总共有2块，要塞事故持有2块记忆体，然后这是第2块。
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good morning, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Print, please.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
应该我猜的话，应该就是最后留下来在这间公司里面的员工，还是他是老板？
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Yeah.
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
知道他要填写干嘛 ？Why?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
For setting up a radio computer.
Yeah. 他这样就终于可以上传他的时装记忆体的功能跟远端。刚刚不是有一个老太太在跟我们通话？我猜是应该这个算是整个 program 就 on 了吧。
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers.
这可能是他的老同事，因为那个团队里面有很多艺术家，然后有音乐人。莱克西搞不好是老板哦。要钱，这样 sure， 因为这是投资人嘛，跟投资人接触应该是老板。
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Yeah, 我完全懂。作家自己身为一个作家 ，fuck， 对，真的，这是很惨的。
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
哦，所以最后在那个资料下留下 memo 的那个人就是他。他觉得他撒谎，就是他没有地方住，然后就他把所有的备份资料放在那个冰熊冰箱里面。哦。
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Yeah. 感谢你，金，我也是这样想。
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
OK， 他也发现了有这个奇异的东西，就是他那个 crab man 说沉默之母的空间区。
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
Yeah.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again.
他说的就是外面帐篷那3个人，哈酷哦，在讲洋基音乐。说实在，我真的没听懂他们到底讲什么东西。
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Okay. 哦，那就是那3个人里面其中一个，他胆子大，想要进来，然后看看这里面到底能不能做成 pub 或夜店，然后有可能顺便卖个毒之类的。结果一进来他就看到这个人，他以为他是吸毒啊或者干嘛的，然后穿着那大衣，然后很恐怖，他就直接逃跑了。原来是这样。
That disco man must be a cell.
I see. Yeah.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. You'll read it. haunted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
这是好事还是坏事？不要动我电脑。
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
我应该要讲什么 ？Yeah, sure.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
给你2秒钟，1、2，好，告诉我们。
What is it?
Yes， 真的2秒钟哦，不会吧？
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
哦，所以他是主程式设计师。OK. And program designer. Lead programmer. Okay.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager. That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
No. Yes.
他好像完全不 care.
No, you're right. I'm not. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
好，某种程度可以设想它是一个 CPU。不能算，处理公元，处理能力不对，就是 CPU。他如果用这种比喻法的话，应该就是 CPU。
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing. I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casts in her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
No. 因为我什么都忘了，孩子。
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps. No, I don't. Because I needed something good for my investigation, and Reims Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards. So I had to upgrade.
Okay.
Besides, owning a Reims prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see Ream prefects in every police department, for example.
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade Reim Rational series, but couldn't find one. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as Reims Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain. They are connected to my Reim Prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Great. You really like those questions, don't you? No, I'm not. It's just me and the crab man. I'm just doing some research. That's all.
至少确定 Lucy 应该不在这里，有 Crabman 跟他在，对，苏娜在。如果 Lucy 真的藏在这里，他们两个第一个没有必要藏匿他，第二个他们不可能知道他跑进来，然后他们两个就呆呆就没有人那样。
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what?
位置2公里孔洞，等一下。I'm looking for the location of 2mm hole in the world. 喂，他说的是穿孔哎，他说的是穿孔哎，不是静音区吗？
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
Yeah.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
OK， 所以他用别种方法发动震波，然后借由来回的声波传达了之后，进入水，然后用水不同地区大概5个区域的位置来定位那个无声区或者孔洞或沉默之母怎么讲都可以，但是那个区域的确切位置，然后还有它的距离多宽啊，位置多广啊。
But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't. Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Great. Thanks. The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks. What? I hate it.
他不喜欢他，哇，糟糕了。
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you? Bingo! That's exactly what they're up to.
Ah, wonderful. Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
这似乎没办法共存啊。Nightclub 制毒实验室。
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
我们可能要回去找那些年轻人。
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you, Honour Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist! At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Oh man, but the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club going.
他最讨厌的，他当然不喜欢这音乐啦，可是他不觉得他们真的要盖一间夜店。
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab.
No， 这不是正确的。第一个先不管那个道不道德，但就可能性来说，你们三个人学士做不出所有的毒品啊。
I mean, anodic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good? Pull out that stick, lawman. You'd absolutely love drugs. They'll make you feel transcendent. Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. Good, of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further.
Yeah. 很难说，我是什么类型的警察？无聊警察、普通警察、末日警察。
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work.
Hmm?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Hmm. 循循善诱，我们又需要用到换衣服。要是他们都能好好的合作 ，I don't know， 这种东西太难了。每个人要的东西毕竟都不一样啊。头。
Yes, what is it?
加油。
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glossy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear? Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offside copy from the ice bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Yeah.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
可是我们也拿不到啊，问题就是我们也拿不到。
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
You know, we don't actually have to tell the entire world about the fridge.
Whose body is it? And what is it doing in the fridge? You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge. Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
We would appreciate it if you kept this knowledge to yourself, miss.
Who would I tell? My mother? I don't have anyone to tell. And if I did, I wouldn't. I don't care. The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Wait,为什么?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. No. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Rain Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
Nice, nice. 我们拿到 Cowbar.
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
Yes? Thanks.
太棒了，太棒了！我们找到一个新的 Cowbar， 所有上锁的工具。这是什么啊？很像盒子之类的东西。Show me who. 现在只有9点。Oops， 我们是要去地下室，走错了。Wait, what?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams.
好烂哦！我身体这么烂，强身健体。我记得好像有一个+2的，还是好像没有，太惨了。
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
我打不开啊！这太扯了。我是很不想要加中间这2个，真是。好，我们就试试看。嘿。
Ice squeaks beneath your convulsed multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before. And it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Yes?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
力气大，图提斯。快帮我！
The Coppernado is back. What do you want?
No. Fine.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key.
A bronze key?
Someone hid the key in the bush and attached the yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't...
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Teo, yeah, I love you.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Your secret root theory? You're grasping for straws, cop man. Why'd she put it back if it's hers? A little wisdom from old Titus. Not everything is connected to one thing.
I don't know， 试试看吧。
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks.
Yes.
The darkness before you smells like engine grease and cut wood.
真的打开了！哇哦 ！I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too shocked about that. I'm too shocked.